Ooh, get some more here. Yeah, guess that's good enough right there. Oh, look at my hair. Love it. Bedhead and all. What's going on, guys? Who's out there? We out there? We working? Let's see. Make sure the Twitch world is working. Should be. Oh, crap. Yep, that's working. All right. Sorry, just setting some things up here. Is there anybody out there? I see you, Sinfinity. I see you, baby. All right. Good. Hey, what's going on? Will, Leo, Tobias? Karan, what's going on, man? Daniel, Krypton Cage. Where are your reparations? This guy. Yeah, Krypton Cage, how you doing? Oh, love it when I find money in my pocket. That's awesome. Sorry. There's your reparations right there. What's going on, Enzo? Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Everett, what's going on, sir? Hopefully you weren't too hungover yesterday. You missed Jail's Justice. Well, there's plenty of Zack Snyder Justice League content. And you got to realize there's a lot of stuff that goes with it, too. Like something we're going to talk about today. So many things. And okay, Eric, with your pineapples, I see you. What's going on, Yash? It happened. Yeah. It happened again. The vodka stream is only 2 hours. I don't know what's going on with that thing. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. You know, I was actually fine yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I like when I got done, I was tipsy. When I got, and I just like, I didn't drink anymore. I don't think I didn't. I went and just filled up like a glass. I just filled up a glass of water today or right after that. And I just started drinking just a bunch of water. And then I just chilled on the couch for probably about another hour or so. But I was feeling pretty damn tipsy. But I was just for like the last like hour and a half before I went to sleep, I was just downing water like crazy. So I woke up, I still felt like I was drunk when I woke up. Saturday, I woke up, but I was like, all right, I'm good. And then I just, I woke up and, went and got some Jack in the Box. I didn't go to Wendy's again. You know why? You know why I don't go to Wendy's? Because Wendy's is way over there. Jack in the Box is right around the corner. And I just did not feel like making the venture over, it's like the next exit down. I got to go into this busy shopping center and blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, I'm just going to go right around the corner to Jack in the Box. So, hey, what's going on, Craig? Good morning. Hopefully you guys got your coffee. Yes, no team no pineapple. What's going on for you, Jason? What is your Sunday? My Sunday morning breakfast is this right here, sir. Yeah. Like I said, 6 days out of the week, I don't eat breakfast. And do I look like does it look like do I look emo at all today? Do I look emo? Is there still some residue left from last night? I'm just letting it all out, guys. I hate the world. I hate my dad. No, I love my dad very much. He's a good man. No, but hopefully you guys, hopefully he's asleep. Come on, he gave you a live show last night, and he's now asleep. It's daytime. He sleeps during the day, and so he's out. He did some crime fighting. Yeah, no, I do. It's just the residue left from the eye makeup. Like the next day for like all of today. I mean, of course, like when I take my shower, I'm going to really like, wash my eyelids and my eyelashes. But yeah, sometimes that shit just like sticks around in there and stuff. So, hey, something interesting just happened. So before we bring Nick on, and I know he's going to be waiting. Did Wendy's file for bankruptcy? I don't know. They seem to be open for me. I hope they don't. Shit. It's one of my favorite fast food places. Where can we find that? Okay, well, we'll get to all that when we get Nick in here. But let's talk about a certain something that just happened today, which I'm sure you guys saw that Ray Fisher is at it again. Ooh, my voice is. You hear that? My voice is kind of a little on edge this morning. A little deeper, little squeaky. Yeah, I'm telling you, you do like a half an hour in that casual Batman voice. It is. It's a bit of a killer. All right. So, okay, so here we go. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Okay, so, all right. Queso? All right, so here we go. Let me share the screen right here. Come on. Why is this thing lagging? All right, here we go. So Ray Fisher posted this today. And of course, my browser can't handle this, so it has to reload. So Ray Fisher posted this today. I believe Jeff Pruitt and Sophia Crawford. Thank you two for standing up and speaking out. So here we go. We have a new article that says egomaniac Joss Whedon faces claims from Buffy stunt coordinator. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open this up, and then let me share that screen. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so here we go. Let's go through this little fun little. Okay, I got it. Was that something like, oh, don't put your geez. Okay, everything's acting a little slow this morning. I think the computer is actually hungover. I don't know what's going on, but of course, got to load all the ad. See, God, I can't even do anything right now. There's too many ads. The feed's probably like fucking up right now, huh? Because it's all, I don't know. Jesus, I don't know why everything's acting so slow this morning. I hope I don't get throat cancer. I think I'll be fine. Damn, Daniel, you're just on a good one today. I don't know what the end game. Look at all those watches. See, Google knows I look at watches a lot, so they're constantly throwing these here, trying to tempt me. All right, god damn. Okay, trying to get through this here. All these ads popping up. Look at all these ads. I mean, it's like they know I like watches, and I'm looking at statues of Batman and the Mandalorian and something. I don't know. Jeez. Talk about it. All right, so here we go, guys. Okay, can we close these ads? Jeez, this is like insane. I mean, I get it. You want to get paid, but sometimes it's a bit much. You need to update your computer. Or you need to update your browser or refresh your computer. That's fine now. It's just all the ads and stuff like that are. The browser's been updated, so we're good with that. It updates automatically. Anyways, so here we go. It says Buffy the Vampire Slayer showrunner Joss Whedon has been described as an egomaniac who told stunt coordinator Jeff Pruitt and stunt double Sophia Crawford no one would hire them again after a disagreement on set. So this little piece of shit right here, this little balding fucking ginger piece of shit right here, it looks like he has like a herpes on his fucking lip right here. He's one of those guys that goes like, "Hey, you want to work in this town again? You better do as I say." Fucking, this is like a true narcissist. That's like narcissistic traits right there. The Avengers director worked with Pruitt and Crawford, who, god damn, I swear these ads are just getting on my nerves right now. All right. Anyways, jeez. I should put and it's still loading up stuff. I mean, do you see this here? I don't want to go to Wish. Jeez. Okay, stop. I know. It's just like nonstop, just boop, boop, boop. They just keep on refreshing. All right, now it's showing Nespresso coffee. So interesting. Anyways, whatever. Wow, they're just gonna keep on reloading, just new ads. Is that how they do it? That's how they make their money? Interesting. So anyways, the Avengers director worked with Pruitt and Crawford, who doubled for Sarah Michelle Gellar for 4 seasons of Buffy before the row that would lead to the pair leaving the show for good. The couple, who started dating while working on the series and who are now married, have alleged to metro.co.uk that Whedon demanded they break up if Crawford wanted to continue working on the show. And after they refused, they found other directors reluctant to work with them. Jeez. I don't know what's going on with the feed here. I think it's all the fucking ads. I don't know what's going on with this. All right. I'm just going to... I don't know, Metro, they have like 8. I don't know what's going on with the whole thing. Let's see. Let me take it away here. So ridiculous, man. I don't know what the hell. It's like they're okay. So maybe now let's check it out. All right. Seems to be working now. I don't know why I was doing that. Very interesting. If you're using Chrome, please use the ad blocker. I know. I guess I should use an ad blocker. Jeez. So, but I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to take it off. You'll just see my pretty face. Anyways, let's continue reading. It says, all right, let's see. The couple who started dating on blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Pruitt has also claimed that his home computer had been keylogged, with one producer allegedly confirming that they had had copies of every email he'd ever sent since he started the show. So I guess they had a key log on his computer where they could see all his emails and everything like that. Yeah, no, I definitely should do an ad blocker, especially with websites like this. Like, Jesus, just all it does is just launch new ads and new ads and new ads. All right, so the stunt coordinator said that he had a great relationship, Joss and I, but he changed as the show took off. So basically, when the show took off, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Joss Whedon's big, already round head just got bigger. So he's quoted by saying right here, he went from the humble writer who used to turn to me for ways to shoot fight scenes into a real egomaniac who believed his own hype. Then again, maybe he was always that way, and I was simply too naive to see it, as he never showed that side to me before. We'd always supported each other. Sophia and I kept going for as long as we could, but tensions grew, and certain members of the crew began to plot against each other, including shady things directed at me behind my back. They seem like a lovely couple. Anyways, although we loved making the show, by season 4, I'd become fed up, and I told him I was going to leave to direct second unit on another series. The producers told me that Joss reacted as if I was having an affair or something behind his back. So he acted like a little biatch, because that's Joss Whedon for you. Went on to say that he was asked to come back for season 5, which he agreed to before Whedon called him to say he was meeting with Crawford. He continued, Sophia didn't tell me till later that he'd asked her to return to keep being the Slayer, but he had one request. He wanted with me first. She refused and left. She was disgusted by this. Crawford added to Metro, I really loved Buffy, but honestly, Joss and Jeff had a bit of a falling out, and I'm sure it should have been resolved, could have been resolved if they would have talked it over. But I was called into the office and I was given an ultimatum. This is from Sophia. She was given an ultimatum, and they said to me, come back to the show, but you need to leave Jeff or don't come back. That's fucked up. And so I basically started crying, and I said, F you, that's horrible, bye. Good for her. She added that she's grateful for the opportunity she had and had a great relationship with most of the team on the show. So it just goes on, and then it says, let's see, what else is there? Pruitt added, Joss told Sophia and I that no one will ever hire you again after this. He never says to anyone that he'll see to you get work in this town again. He is very careful. He only insinuates that no one will ever hire you again if you don't please him. So he's not one of those, he'll never work in this town again. He just insinuates. He tries to use his power. He says, however, he explained that due to having friends in the industry, he said, in spite of Joss, Sophia and I both went on to make more money with less heartache than we'd made in Buffy years by working on other projects. So there you go. It is crazy. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much what's happening right there when it comes to Joss Whedon and everything. If you live in the U.S., you better use a free private browser. Dave, you are risking the computer by getting infected malware. You should be okay. Well, I have. Well, thank you, appreciate it. But man, all right, I'm closing that out because that is okay. See, well, if they want to hack my shit, they can look at all the porn that I have stored in here. Am I body shaming Josh? Sure. There's nothing wrong with that. Is that bad? Should I not body shame him? The guy's a dick. Okay. So I don't really care if you. I'll gladly do that. Jeez. Okay. So there you go, guys. That's what was tweeted out today, by Ray Fisher. So he's still trying to get the dirt on Joss. He's being very careful. Now he's just posting other people's. Now he's just posting like other people's, things that they had with him back and forth. And now he's got it from the stunt coordinator and the stunt double for Sarah Michelle Gellar on Buffy. Trying to speak facts. Yeah. I'm just saying, thought when someone's a dick, you could body shame the shit out of them. Sometimes body shaming works, man. I tell you what. Anyway, so I don't know what you guys think about that. That's what showed up from Ray Fisher today. He posted that. Awesome stuff. Love it. Oh man, I'm feeling the second cup of coffee. I'm like trying to read the words. I was like getting ahead of myself. You ever do that when you're reading out loud and you're already like 3 words down? Apparently Joss is really gassy on set. So what? He's just walking around, just farting away. My God. Joss even threatened to end Gal Gadot's career. Yeah, that's what Jason LeBoy said. So that kind of like, if you that correlates with this article right here. So if you think about it, it correlates with the article. So because that's pretty much stuff that he said to Gal. If what LeBoy said was correct, you know, basically threaten her career as well, or insinuates that he has the power. And that's the thing. I wonder what happened when Joss got the Avengers movie and it was a huge success. I wonder, like, his, you know, the ego probably even got even bigger after all that. But who knows? Have you seen Ray Porter's tweet to Ava's response? Hope he gets to play in New Gods. Yeah, I think I saw something about that. But I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with that? I mean, who knows what's going to happen with New Gods? I'm still waiting to hear like an update on that. Definitely. So I don't know. I don't even know what's happening with all that. I mean, it sounds to me like if they are going to do like a Dark Side story, I mean, it'd be awesome if she gave it to Ray Porter, but I just don't see that happening exactly. When did you become a Zack Snyder fan? I was too young to know him for Dawn of the Dead and 300. But it wasn't until Watchmen and he became a favorite director. Yeah, it started with Dawn of the Dead with me. I loved that movie when it came out. I fucking loved that movie. So I've been there since, kind of the beginning. Oh, shit. I forgot to put that out. Oops. Forgot to tweet that. My bad. Slow this morning. All right, let's get our guest in here so we can start talking about shit. All right, guys, let's welcome our guest. Some of you guys probably already follow him. He's part of the Nickatina show. Mr. Nick, what's going on, sir? Uh-oh. I swear, something weird is happening. All right, something happened here. Not working. Hey, Nick, I don't know what happened. You froze up. I don't see you there, buddy.
What's going on?
There you go. What happened? Were you playing with me? How dare you?
Well, you know, my internet kind of like it cuts. It like has this one moment where it like trips out and then goes back on again because I moved from inside my house to outside. I have like my own like studio basically. It's got finished walls. It looks like a little house. Nice. We had it as a storage shed, and it still is if you saw the other side of this. But we decided to move me out here because then I can talk and say whatever I want. Yeah. And the kids won't be like, why is daddy talking about dying or characters or, you know, so, but you know, I did not know that what you were saying that Joss is gassy on set. I mean, that is incredible.
Right? That's just incredible. Something that somebody said in the chat. I'm like, wow. All right.
I thought that was part of the article.
I know it wasn't part of the article.
Oh, okay.
It was now.
Can you imagine that? If that was in there. On top of that, Jaws comes across very gassy.
Yes, constantly lighting everybody. Just everybody's lighting matches around him. It's so bad. It's terrible.
The deadly, you know. All of a sudden, like, what does that smell? Damn it, God, Jaws again. I made the Avengers.
Yeah. Did you read that article at all today?
No, I let you read it to me because
all right, good.
Much more relaxing.
I know my soothing voice, especially after last night. Yeah, I know. And my voice is kind of it's a little low today. No, doing that casual Batman stream.
I love the casual Batman, but my wife she doesn't quite get it. No, I was watching it last night and she was like, "Why are you watching this for?" I'm like, "It's funny." She's like, "I don't get why you're watching this." I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't I have nice things?"
Yeah, exactly. I'm out here in my own little place now.
Yeah.
Krypton.
What's on Krypton? Okay, so basically I wanted to bring you on to talk about the Crisis on Infinite Streams. It's going to happen on July 25th, the same day as, of course, Justice Con. So basically, yeah, I just wanted to, I mean, I know we've discussed it behind the scenes, but I was like, gonna give you the opportunity to kind of talk about what it exactly was gonna be. So go for it.
So the idea behind it was that, when they announced the event of Justice Con, we had it was a Man of Steel watch party on Twitch.
Mhm.
And then after it was over, they announced the event, and we already knew that it was already coming. And so after that, I liked how everyone was there when they made that big announcement, and the fans were chatting in the chat line, and there was a lot of hype around that. And I started thinking about it. I said, I wish there was a way that I can help them, or that we can help them. I said, I wonder how that would work. And then one day, it just kind of, the idea popped in my head. I said, you know what? I said, as YouTubers, we have all these fans that follow us around different shows, and I said, what would it be like if we took all of their favorite shows, mine especially, and we put them together on like a network format where every show is scheduled to go on one after another until the start of the event. And then after the event ends, then we have more shows scheduled to go one after another. And I thought, that would be really, really cool. And I thought if we ran it where we segue into the next show, and that way we inform the viewer, hey, for continued coverage of JusticeCon 2020, tune into Dave Pena's show, Film Junkie Live, or whatever you want to call it that day.
Yeah.
And then that way they know to go to that show, and then we'll have the link down below as well. And the idea was that, this would be an awesome way to bring everybody together on this platform. Mm-hmm. And, despite what some of us may think of each other or whatnot,
yeah,
put all that aside. Yeah, we put all that aside, and we do this, for the fans, for Meg and the Nerd Queens who are putting this together for the event, and especially, we do this for Zack Snyder. And it's the one thing that we can do where we directly affect something that he's a part of, and I just thought it'd be a really cool idea. And so far, everyone I talked to, everybody was on board. Everybody wanted to do it. And I didn't think that was going to happen right away. I thought, I'd have to get one person to get another person, but no, I mean, I've reached out to so many people, and everyone has said, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then, there's a complete list right there.
Yeah.
Obviously my show is listed first because it's my idea. No, it just kind of happened that way.
No, of course. No. I mean, you're leading this whole thing. So yeah, of course. Naturally, it would be first. So.
And so if you look at the list and how it's laid out, for the most part, I know that right now we don't have a schedule set up yet, which I will probably have set up, and I'll go over with everybody tomorrow, if not Tuesday.
You got to get in contact with the Nerd Queens, right? To know their schedule and everything. Yeah.
They DM me today, and so we had a quick little chat, but I'll have that real soon. And so, but the layout of the name of the shows on the list, you can kind of take that for what it is. I mean, you're talking about early morning going downward into late into the night. So that's sort of the lineup that we're gonna have. I'll be the leadoff hitter. Chris will be all the way at the end of the lineup. The pitcher, but no. So and plus, Chris is on Hawaii time, so he, he's
way in the past. So
he's way in the past, exactly.
Yeah.
So no, and when I first put this together, right, I had a bunch of guys who I was able to, who signed on really quickly. They're like, yeah, let's do it. And I told them, I said, when the event is over, there's one show that I have to get. And they're like, who? I'm like, I have to get Dave Pena to sign on. And I wanted you to go right when the show is over, because I mean, let's face it, everybody wants to know what, everyone wants to see your reaction. And so I was like, dude, if we get him to do this, it'll be amazing. So thank you so much for joining on. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah. When you approached it, I mean, it sounded like a fun idea. I mean, I was probably going to do something anyway. So to be part of like a whole thing, I was like, cool. And then, I noticed people in the chat are saying like, comic movie marks. Hey, we'll fit them in if they, we'll fit them in if they want to come on my show, they can, or Chris's show, blah blah blah. I mean, you've got to realize that even though there's like all these names right there, there's going to be also guests as part of these shows as well. Like, you know that Colbert and McClellan will be part of my show. And maybe the movie marks too, you know, who knows? But this is just like the channels that you'll be going to see all these people. And like I said, Nick will have people on his show. So will Lewis. So will the Four Nerds. They'll have people on their show, or at least try to have guests on their show. So, yeah.
And of course, you know, tune in this Tuesday on the Justice Con channel. They're going to have a live Q&A.
That's right.
There'll be a lot of information that will be put out there on that day. It's going to be a Q&A that you're not going to want to miss. No. I can tell you that. It's going to be really, really cool.
That's at 3 p.m. Eastern time, I think.
Yes, I want to say. I can look up my phone, but I turned it over because it was distracting me. But no,
it's Pornhub updates. I know, I get it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, man, can't wait.
New video.
But new video. But no, so like I said, this Tuesday, definitely tune into the Q&A. It's gonna be worth it, and it's gonna be incredible as well. And then once we go from there, we'll have everything, you know, more laid out on how the Crisis event is going to be set up schedule wise. But I mean, like you had on earlier, I mean, if you look at the names that are on that list, I mean, I basically set out to get everybody I possibly could. And yes, I did not get comic book movie marks. And it's nothing personal.
No, it's not. Like I said, we'll fit them in. I mean,
we'll fit them in.
Don't worry.
And the thing is that, you know, if you look at how many names are on that list, the more we add, it's just gonna pack everybody in. You know,
exactly.
We're like, you know, touching elbows.
Exactly. We're supposed to stay 6 feet apart, people. All right.
Yeah. Social distancing. I mean, now I'm really close to you, but the other thing too, like Dave was saying, is that there's going to be a lot of guests on each show.
Yeah.
We are going to release another poster later this week that will have the major guests coming on each show. I have several guests lined up for my show.
You're freezing up, and you look like you're like high as hell right now. That's a good shot right there. Somebody take a great shot of that. I think I lost Nick here. It's okay. He's getting those Pornhub notifications. I get it. There you go.
We got that back.
Yeah, that was funny. You were like in the perfect. I love it when it freezes, when your eyes are like half open. You know, it's always like always when your eyes are half open, so you look like
I know, right?
Lit up. Anyway,
it's never a great spot.
No, go ahead.
And I forgot where it was at. I was just like, no. But like I said, we're gonna have the list of every major guest for each show. So look forward to that. I can say right now that on my show, I'm gonna have Scott Fowler come on there, and then I also have some other guests that are gonna come on that are on more the fan level, but that have been a significant presence in the Snyder Cut movement. Nice. So since my show is going first, it'll probably be early in the morning. So you guys don't stay out late Friday night.
We'll try to keep the vodka stream under 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Not drinking too much.
Because you gotta remember too, like some of the guys that I'm gonna have on my show, they live in Europe, so the earlier the better for them. They're like, yeah, let's go for it. So, but yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And like I said, this also sends a message to everybody that, hey, look, no matter who we are, no matter any differences or whatnot, we are all working together because we want to make this happen, and we want to support the Justice Con and the girls. And that's the main thing, is that one of the major premises of the Snyder Cut movement was that the Snyder Cut movement was that is about unity, about being together. And so this definitely sends a message that, like, we're doing this united, and we're doing this together as a team to bring this kind of experience to you guys. And I mean, really, if you watch the Super Bowl, or you watch like the elections, they do a similar format, and that's exactly what it's going to be like. It's just going to be nonstop coverage of the event, hyping it up. Because the event itself is going to be incredible. You guys, I can guarantee you right now, this is going to be the stuff that they're going to have. It's going to be mind blowing.
Nice.
I mean, it's going to be so big, and it's going to be so exciting. I cannot wait. I'm excited for Crisis, obviously, because I set it up, and all the shows are going to be on there. But I'm super excited for Justice Con, because it's going to be quite an epic event.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, the announcement of Fisher coming on. That was big. That was a big fish, I guess you could say. Pardon the
Oh
pun.
yeah, especially right now too. You know,
Oh,
after
geez.
the whole
Yeah.
Joss comments.
I know. I'm kind of wondering. I mean,
Gassy.
yeah. somebody during JusticeCon, somebody please ask, was Joss Whedon gassy on set during the reshoots?
It is.
Yeah.
If I ever meet Joss, I'm gonna tell him like, "How's it going, man? You know, I like the Avengers. Are you gassy right now?"
Yeah. What do you got? You got some IBS? What's going on? I mean, bowels are a little irritated. What's going on?
The spicy Doritos. What
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's pretty funny. But no, I mean, yeah, the fact that they have Ray. I mean, I don't know how much he's going to talk about all of that. I imagine he's probably not going to do much talking about that, if anything at all. I mean, this is all about talking about, Zack Snyder's Justice League and everything. I'm sure it's all going to be more about that. I'm not sure if, like, when it comes to the panels, if they're all going to be on at the same time, or it's just like, okay, we got Porter at one time. I don't know exactly what the structure is with all that. I'm sure we'll find out soon, but maybe they'll have like just an entire panel too at one point and have like, that'd be kind of cool to see, but I don't know. Real soon.
Yeah. You guys are going to find out real soon, and it's going to be really, really exciting. Really
sounds
exciting.
Like Nick already knows some things.
You know what it is? It's just, it's like a women's intuition. Although I'm a guy, so I don't know.
Gee, you want to tell us something there, Nick?
So
it's Nickatina.
I told you the story behind that name, right?
No, I don't. Did you possibly? And I maybe
I don't know. I don't know if I did. So the reason why it's Nickatina is because growing up, there was a separate panels. There we go. Yeah. There was a rapper named Andre Nickatina, and so in high school they would call me that as a nickname because my first name is actually Andre, and so people in high school, that was a nickname that I had was Nickatina. Hey, there's Dawson. So that's when I made my Twitter account back in 2009. I want to say that was just the name I came up with, and now it's the name that I go by. So
nice. Yeah, that's cool.
What about Dave Pena? Did you adopt that name?
You know what? It was just one of those things. I was born, and my parents were like, you know what? He looks like a Dave. So it all just went from there. So I was pushing for Film Junkie to be my actual official name back then, but they didn't go for it. So
like, Dad, why don't you just call me Film Junkie?
I love movies so much. Damn it, just give that. Yeah, but. No, it all sounds great. I'm glad that Nana's in here. She's answering people in the live chat, so I appreciate that. She mentioned that they are going to be separate panels, which is great. That actually, as much as you want to see like everybody in one panel, that could get really crowded and messy. I mean, I totally understand if you want to you just want to have one person and interview with that one person, because we got to remember that there's the two Nerd Queens and Meg, so it's going to be already like 4 people. So then if you start I don't know. I mean, that sounds great to me. I mean, whatever they're going to be giving us is going to be a pretty great thing. It's going to be what is it? 2 weeks from now?
Just about 2 weeks from now, because today is the 12th, I want to say.
Yeah. It's going for 2 days, isn't it? Also.
Yeah. It's a 2-day event, and yes, Dave, you were going to go for 2 days as well. I don't know if I made that clear to you or not.
That's fine. Hey, I don't have
on Sunday. On Sunday, he doesn't even show up.
I know. I'm just like, jeez. I know.
I'm working.
I know. Between the vodka stream the night before, the after show on Saturday, and then another show on Sunday. That's gonna be a fun weekend.
Or you could do the vodka stream on Saturday. Just make it like a special day for that. It's up to you. It's your show.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I'll be sipping on something when I'm doing the after show. So it'll be like a vodka stream as well. We also have panels with multiple people, but we wanted big names. Okay. See, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Keep the big names at their own panels, and then I'm sure they're gonna have fans and stuff like that with other little panels and everything. So that's good. And then of course we got O'Connell, we got Shiraz, and we got Juanita, and we got Mr. Swenson, of course, showing up too for their stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be a crazy event. It's gonna be a fun day. And like he said, all about unity, guys. Let's stop.
All about unity.
Each other, okay? Jeez. Still seeing some of that. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's been a crazy ride for the past 2.5 years. I mean, let's face it. I was on the end of like a lot of people were not happy with me for a while, and then it's gotten so much better. I mean, it's great the way that people have actually come together and blah blah blah. But I know there's still tensions out there, and I'm kind of like, that's just kind of, hey, I'm just gonna do my own thing. You guys want to come on here and like duke it out? that'd be funny. Maybe I should do that.
You should do that, man. Yeah.
Just have a debate, like have a drinking game debate or something like that, and be like the ref and just be like, all right, you take a shot. Now you take a shot and you go back and forth and see that. Maybe I should do something like that. That'd be funny.
Or just have Fatal J be like the
referee. He'd be the hype man. No, he'd be the hype man. He'd be like,
hey, calm
yeah.
down.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be a perfect hype man. So, oh man, caught you in a freeze frame perfectly again. Jeez. Oh man, the internet couldn't handle the Fatal J impression that Nick just had right now. But anyways, no, it all sounds great. There we go. It's
always in mid conversation.
Couldn't handle your Fatal J impression.
Yeah, it couldn't handle it. It was too much.
Just could not.
Well, I have this Wi-Fi repeater like right on the other side of this wall.
Oh yeah.
So it shows I have full signal. So I was like, awesome! I figured it out. The internet can reach this room now. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
And it does this every so often. We're just like takes a dump, and you're like, oh really? So what I'm gonna do tonight on my show, I'm gonna run like a Ethernet cable from it and all the way into here to see if it makes a difference. I don't know.
It could. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. Like, I mean, yeah. The signal's bouncing off that like repeater, but sometimes I used to work in cable. I was a cable guy, so there, when you have these big houses, and then you have like these little amplifiers or these little repeaters like throughout the rooms, and sometimes they're just dog shit, because it's basically taking a weak signal and then amplifying it up, and so it could be amplifying a crappy signal if like say somebody in your house is like streaming something right now.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Yeah,
I'm sure they are right now. Yeah. The kids are watching Disney Plus probably, and I got my nephew in there playing video games. So I'm just getting all bogged down. Yeah.
So that's what happens.
Oh, there we go, Dave, the cable guy. That's a good comedy.
Yeah. Hey, I could do it. You always would get that question from customers. You ever see that movie, Cable Guy? I'm like, yes, I have. I actually ranted about it. What was it on? I think on a Film Junkie Live. When I watched it, I love that movie. It's a great movie. But when he's installing the cable, I'm like, that's not how it works. That's totally movie fantasy right there. The way that I always like, I went on a little rant. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how you can't just flip a switch in a box and the cable comes back. That's not how it works. And I always have my little gripes about the inconsistencies, but it's the movies. It's what can you do? It's like when my dad's a helicopter pilot. And every time like there's like an action movie that involves a helicopter, I always laugh because I'm like, I bet you my dad's gonna groan at that. And sure enough, like you'll see a trailer that involves like a crazy stunt with a helicopter, and he goes, bullshit. And I'm like, come on, it's movie fantasy.
It's a movie. It's a movie. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
It's like my wife does that. Oh, that's unrealistic. I'm like, what? None of it's real.
Exactly. But with everything else that's happening right now. I mean, we got David Ayer. I'm going to probably do a video about more David Ayer stuff and everything. But I don't know, in the past couple of weeks, how has things been on your end when it comes to like information that's come out?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you hear different perspectives and, different exclusives, if you want to call it that. But I mean, the thing is that you just take it for what it is. I mean, like when I read, from what like the Culture Nerd puts out, or I read what somebody else puts out, to me, it's just putting pieces of the puzzle together. I don't look at it like, oh, that's bullshit and that's real. It's just kind of like, hey, look, you're saying that, one of them is either true or both of them are, or both of them are not. I just take it as like, hey, this is how we put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then you kind of come up with your own conclusion for it. So I try to stay away from, going from, if one person's wrong than the other, in my world, everybody's cool. And the fact that people are getting information and putting it out there, I mean, it's not as easy as it looks.
It's not.
It's not. And so that's why I think a lot of these names, they get very, I don't know if you want to say defensive, or they get, they want to, justify, their sources or whatever, because it's hard work, and they take a lot of pride in that. But as of this week, I mean, there's so much stuff coming out, and all of it surrounding DC news, because I mean, that's really,
we're being fed so well, man.
Oh man, like every day it's like bam.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Marvel fans because they're just getting crumbs, like just little crumbs. and we're just getting full fucking five course meals. It seems every week with something, you know. Especially if you're a Zack Snyder fan too, as well. It's like it's.
Well, and yeah, because you know I'm not, you know.
Yeah,
but,
no, I
but yeah, I'm a Joss Whedon fan. No, but that's the best part about the Crisis event that we're doing is that, you know better than I do. I mean, because you're on way more often than I am. I do a show about once a week, sometimes two if my wife isn't home. But but after a while, some of this information that we're talking about, it almost sounds like you're talking about the same thing over and over again. You're like, oh man, yeah, you know, because I mean, it can only go so far, you know, because we're talking about a movie and, you know, the things that revolved around it, or that's, you know, but come Crisis and come Justice Con, all that information is brand new again, because everyone, I mean, all we're going to be doing is just nerding out all over this topic, and it's going to be so great because all of us know so much about it, and so now we can just let everything out, because all we're going to be doing is talking about that. I know on my show we're going to be doing I'm going to be doing a lot of just going over scenes from Zack Snyder films,
nice.
You know, not just his DCU films, but his other movies as well, like Sucker Punch, for instance, 300, and just because really this is this event also is another way of thanking him as well for everything that he's been through and everything that he's going to be bringing us as well. So I'm definitely going to go 100% to try and show my appreciation for Zach and his work. And there is a chance that I might do an all-nighter where I start like at 1 a.m. and just go until everybody else
all the movies.
No, where I start my show that early and just go, and then eventually when everyone takes over, then I'll go to bed or something.
Look at you.
Because you got to figure too, you know, there's an international crowd in this as well. So
I know that's why. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started doing the Sunday morning thing, just to because I always get that. It's like, oh man, you start at like 4 a.m. for me, or 3 a.m. and stuff, and I'm like, what can I do? You know, it's time zones the way it is. So that's why I was like, Sunday morning, I'll try to accommodate that. So now I think like over there, it's the evening time, and hopefully you guys are tuning in. But who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. You froze again. Oh,
time zones are a bitch.
Yeah, they are a bitch.
No, frozen?
No, you're good. You're good now. It's just a little glitch in the matrix. Don't worry. Well, so when it comes to some of the news that's out there, like what did you think about like Michael Keaton like coming back as Batman? Like that was probably some of the biggest, you know, when it came to all the news that came out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome that he came back. But the thing is that, you know, everyone keeps saying, oh, you know, they're going to do a Batman Beyond with Keaton. They're going to do, I mean, to be honest, I mean, look, whatever they do with him, I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea. But the way I'm looking at it now is it's probably going to be a cameo in the movie, in the Flash movie, just to kind of set that up. Where it goes from there, I mean, who knows? I mean, do you really think that he's going to come back, do a cameo, and then say, okay, now I want to do like, you know, an 8-movie deal or whatever that was. No, I think, you know, he's going to do his cameo, and then if that works out great, and then if he's interested, then they'll do something else. But as of now, I think it's just going to be a cameo in that movie, and that's it. But you know, obviously, like, I could be dead wrong.
Well, I mean, I will say that if he does get that cameo, there's going to be things behind it. It's not going to just be like, let's see how this works out, and then we'll go from there. It's going to be like, okay, it's going to start from Flashpoint, and then it'll move forward. So that's just what the information I'm getting. Like, if we do in fact hear that he's going to be in Flashpoint, there's likely going to be a follow-up movie after that with him. So
I hope so. I mean, I think it would be amazing, you know. Yeah. But you know, I mean, we can speculate, or, you know, sources can say that's going to happen, and I think it's cool. I mean, I'm all for more Keaton as Batman. I mean, as a kid, I was pissed when he was in Batman Forever. I was like, why is Val Kilmer playing Batman? He's Iceman in Top Gun. I don't get it.
Yeah, like that doesn't make sense. Freaking Doc Holliday over here. But basically, like the stuff that I've been hearing about the whole thing is like, he's game for it, but it's a package deal. It's going to be okay, if he's going to be in Flashpoint or something, there's going to be a movie that follows it. And it's going to be, of course, a Batman Beyond type movie. And if that's going to be the case, he does want Tim Burton to come back. He does, in fact, want that to happen.
Yeah.
Like it's either both of us or none of us. That's what I'm kind of getting at. That's what at least one of my sources was telling me when he was trying to investigate the deal, is like, because there's so many different things. I mean, it just didn't sound right because he has this deal over there with Sony and Marvel, because he's part of the, that Spider-Man universe that is being shared by Marvel Studios as well as Sony. So he's got that, but I guess, it's fine that he can actually still do this. I don't know the whole logistics of that, but as far as I know, he wants that third movie to be directed by Tim Burton. When I there's something poetic about it. I think I know some people are like, do you really want Tim Burton to direct like a Batman Beyond movie? I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, I get it. Like his last few movies, he hasn't really been like that Tim Burton that he was in the late 80s and during the 90s, where like every Tim Burton movie came out was like, oh my God, did you see
Nightmare? It was like off the hook.
Yeah, everything. Edward Scissorhands, I mean, it was just like classics after classics just coming out from him. And so then, when it came to the 2000s, it started kind of tampering down a little bit. And I mean, sadly, when he did Dumbo, it was like, okay, are we going to see Burton come back in true fashion? And to be honest, I liked Dumbo. I thought it was the better one of the live action movies that came out last year, because Aladdin, it's fine.
I did not like Aladdin. I thought that was garbage.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who liked it a lot. I talked to some friends at work and they're like, oh, that was really good. I was like, no, it wasn't. That was awful.
Yeah.
It was a lot of it was shot digital. It was I thought it was a lot of bad acting.
There's some bad acting in there, and the singing was it was. I have my gripes. I like Will Smith. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a complete shit show, but it was actually, there's some moments where I was like, okay, not too bad. But
if he wasn't there,
it
would have been a shit show. It would have been really.
Yeah, and then Lion King was.
When you compare the scene.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, the scene where he first meets the genie. I kept comparing that to Robin Williams, and I was like, man, Robin Williams, like, he knocks it out of the park. But I guess you can't compare the two because you're too different, So
that was the difficult part. I mean, a lot of people are like, I mean, when you think about the genie of Aladdin, it's 100% Robin Williams. So that was some tough shoes or whatever. I don't know what genies wear as shoes, whatever those little pointy shoes, those tough shoes to fill. But but then of course there was Lion King, which was like, all right, this was just shot for shot. There's no emotion in these characters. There's nothing. It felt just hollow to me. I was like, yeah, great visuals. You accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, but it didn't hit. It didn't hit at all.
Yeah, it just seemed really bland. And when you watch like what is it, Mowgli on Netflix or The Jungle Book? I mean, they had animals talking, but like they had a lot of emotion behind it.
Yeah.
They were good movies. I was like, wow, this is good. And that was my exact expression. Wow.
Yeah. Wow, this is good.
This is good. I'm not wasting my time. It's obvious. But no. Some of those movies are just little, I don't know. And the other thing too about those Disney remakes is that, I mean, maybe because we're all caught up in, with DC and Marvel, but I thought that they were going to make them as one like connected universe. Yeah, and they didn't do that. They should have. I don't see why you wouldn't want to. I mean, that seems like a huge misstep by Disney, because I mean, you put them all in the same universe, then it just makes it seem cooler, because now it's just like you did a movie and you made a live action version of it. And there it is. And about 10, 15 years, we'll do it again. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
yeah. I mean, yeah. You would have thought, because didn't they have like a video game or something like that had like the Disney princesses all like in one spot? Or I don't know. There's something that I thought came out where characters cross over. I mean, yeah, you think since they nailed it over here with the MCU, it's like, well, do that with the Disney world as well. But who knows? I mean, it just seems like it's such an easy thing to do, to just like, oh, let's take this story and wrap flesh around it and put it out there.
Yeah. No. And then if you did connect them, I mean, do you have like an Infinity War type movie, or they all gang up to fight like Thanos?
Why not? Why not?
what's his name? The bad guy in Aladdin.
Yeah, Jafar.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Jafar. You know what I mean? Like they all team up to fight
he's
against
the Thanos.
Jafar and Ursula.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're thinking, but yeah, I know it's. I don't know when it comes to those Disney movies. It just seems like that's what I liked about Dumbo was Burton tried to. It felt to me like he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to keep the story, but I mean that movie came out so long ago that the Dumbo cartoon movie was like what, an hour, if that. So he had to like stretch it to 2 hours, and then he really added. I mean, you could tell that that's a Tim Burton movie. You really can tell that that's it has his fingerprints all over it. I could not tell that Aladdin was a Guy Ritchie movie. Maybe in some spots, but I'm like, this doesn't feel like a Guy Ritchie movie. And then The Lion King, that doesn't feel like a Favreau movie. It just felt like there was a group of people that just were like shot for shot. And then when it came to Aladdin, really Guy Ritchie, I'm like, did he really have anything to say when it came to certain scenes? That's why I was so happy when Guy Ritchie released The Gentleman that came out earlier this year. I'm like, yay, you're back to true Guy Ritchie-isms right here, 100%. This is what a Guy Ritchie film looks like.
Yeah, Aladdin was also, in my opinion, at least, Aladdin was almost like a TV movie or like a streaming movie. Yeah, it's just and you know, some of the casting choices were very questionable. You know, the guy that got to play Jafar, I didn't like his performance at all. He was just kind of there.
Right here. He had a voice like this. I'm going to Jasmine. It was like, dude, can you get somebody who is like a little more? And what's funny is he showed up in a movie that just came out on Netflix over the weekend called the what's the Charlize Theron movie, The Outguard or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I watched it yesterday. Good movie. Good action movie that's around a fantasy type world about immortals and everything. And he was actually one of the guys in her crew, and he was fine in that movie, but I just remember just him trying to be threatening as Jafar with that kind of high voice that he has. I was like, hello, yeah, for Jasmine. Yeah.
The first time I saw him on screen, I was like, I told my son, he didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, this is who they are, and he was like, didn't know what I was talking about. And then my wife came in. I was like, that's Jafar. I'm like, I was like, have they even watched the cartoon? I mean, come on, you can get somebody better than that. Who at least resembles him. And then not only that, but Jasmine's father in the cartoon, he was like this little jolly guy, Yeah. And then he wasn't even like that. But I mean, although they got a good actor to play him, I forgot who it was, but I had recognized him. And then Jasmine was a perfect casting.
What's her name? Monique something Monique, or is it Monica? I forgot her name. Jeez.
I don't know.
Brain's not awake fully yet, but she's gorgeous. Who is it? She was the Pink Ranger, of course, in Power Rangers.
I remember that. Oh man,
yeah. Which I really Naomi Scott. Why did I think Monique?
I don't know.
It looks like a Monique, I guess.
I was just gonna go with it. Like,
I was like, that's right, Naomi Scott. Holy crap, way off.
Naomi Scott, Monique.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, for some reason, I saw her face and I thought Monique. But apparently they're even thinking about rebooting Power Rangers again. I don't even know. I remember seeing some kind of headline that said it was going to have a female lead this time. So I guess Jason's going to be, I don't know, Jacqueline or something. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But I actually like the movie that came out 4 years ago, whatever the hell. I don't know why. Like, it sucks that didn't get like the box office return as I was hoping, because I thought it was a nice little build up the way that they did it. With the porn parody, what?
It's like Jacqueline.
Yeah, I guess so. Making an R-rated Power Rangers. Yeah, they'll never do that, but you can make it.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I remember there was like a short film that literally had the actor who played Tommy show up. And I think it had James Vanderbeek and had some people in it, notable people, and it was a badass.
It was movie. Darker, it was darker. It had more action. I remember thinking, I was like, man, you can make a badass movie like this. And then the real one came out, and I was like, that was not the same trailer. I thought that wasn't it. Oh man, I thought that was it. Damn it. But no, I think a radar version of Power Rangers would be right. I think
very interesting.
It's what we need. Right.
Yeah.
To get through COVID.
It's definitely what we need. And speaking of like shows and stuff, what were your thoughts about the new Batman show that's going to be showing up on HBO Max in Matt Reeves' Batman universe?
I thought it was really cool. And I think that it's cool that they're putting kind of more stock into Matt Reeves' Batman universe, as opposed to saying, oh yeah, that's going to be a movie and you'll get a part 2, maybe a part 3, and that'll be its own thing. By doing this, it sort of like legitimizes that whole universe. Like, hey, not only is it going to be a movie, but we're going to have a show attached to it, and who knows what else that that they're going to put out for it. No, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we got to remember that Matt Reeves, and I know a lot of people, and I've even gotten like questions like, what before like the Batman went into production, a lot of people are like, it's taken so long to go to production. I mean, how long ago was he announced as director? I mean, it was it was a while ago. It was like 2-3 years ago, right? Wasn't it 2017?
I think so. It was so long ago, long.
So a lot of people were like thinking like, oh, is it still happening? But I think just during this whole time, he's not just been doing like one movie. First off, he's probably going to have a trilogy of movies, and then he's trying to create like a universe. And I think this is just a little leg of it, which I think is a pretty good idea. And I know a lot of people were like, oh man, it's just Gotham. It's just fucking Gotham. I'm like, I think it's what Gotham
going on there.
Yeah, I think it's what Gotham wanted to be. Gotham had, like, I think their initial idea was to revolve around Gordon and the GCPD, but it ended up going, okay, well, we need more Batman stuff. So they kept on just bringing every villain in.
Every villain.
Yeah, it got to the point where it got a little ridiculous. Like even like season 5, I was like, it's just gotten, now it's just getting into territory where like you have like, it's like Burton meets Schumacher meets, whatever the hell you guys are doing. And then they were like, oh, we got to get Bruce in the suit. And it was too quick, and it didn't really, the payoff wasn't that great. I enjoyed Gotham for like the first 3 seasons, and then it just started doing like the crazy villains started showing up, and it just started losing that edge that I thought it had. And I think that's when it comes to this show, I think it's going to be something dark and gritty, and it's going to be about the cops dealing with, mob bosses, not the like super villains, not going to deal with.
Yeah. And that was the part that really kind of threw me off, is that all of a sudden, like, they're dealing with guys like, the Riddler, they're dealing with like the Mad Hatter. I mean, they're just dealing with villains that like, hey, look, you're like, this is really cool that you're putting them in the show, and that, they're going to try to stop these guys. But I was always like, where's Batman? Is he going to show up pretty soon? Or you know what I mean? Like, I almost felt that they should have had Batman in the show at one point, like as Batman. And said, obviously it ended with him becoming Batman, but I think it would have been cool if he was actually in the show itself. And you can still call it Gotham when it takes place there. But if you had Batman as Batman in the show, talking to Commissioner Gordon, being a superhero in the show, I think that would have been badass. But
yeah, I think like I remember, I think I was discussing this with Colbert a while back, was like, what would have been cool, instead of them just going, okay, because I think at first they had a plan, like maybe we'll go like 7-8 seasons. So by that time, what's his name who plays Bruce will be old enough and look good in the suit, as opposed to still being like a 15-year-old in a suit. That's where it falls flat. Yeah. 16-year-old, whatever the hell. When they were announcing that season 5 was going to be it, I think me and Colbert were talking about it. It would have been awesome if they did a spin-off series of showing young Bruce, and instead of like trying to, hurry up and try to get him in the bat suit. No, like end it where he goes off and trains, with the League of Shadows, and have a series based on him training for the League of Shadows, and with Ra's al Ghul and everything. But I know that they already had him within the Gotham show, but it just would have been kind of cool if we saw like a show, like a spinoff, like a season.
Yeah, no, definitely,
of him training to become the Batman. But then again, like, what would it just be, that show? I think in my head, it would have been cool if they still had, like, you go back and see what Gordon's dealing with and everything. But I think with this new show, they should have, I don't know who's, it sounds like it would be cool if Jeffrey Wright, and I'm pretty sure he'd be down, because they already have him for another show, Westworld. He's already on that show.
Yeah.
I think he probably would be down to, I don't know if they're going to have it where Gordon's going to be the main focus. I doubt it. I don't think they'll have Gordon be like the main character in this show, but he'll probably maybe have, like an episode or 2 where he comes in. I don't know. All I know is I want, if it's going to take place while Batman exists out in the world, I want, I want that cop. I want that Harvey Bullock who just absolutely hates Batman, and just absolutely just like, hey, I did all the work. I mean, they touched bases with that in the animated series. Like there was a couple episodes where, there was like a Bullock, episode, he gets shot or something, and just his hatred of Batman, of the fact that they're doing all the legwork and then Batman comes in and saves the day, just stuff like that. I want them to approach. I hope they approach the series like that, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it's if they just did Gordon, like if they were to get Jeffrey Wright to come in and he was the main character, it would be very cool. But yeah, it would be very reminiscent of what we just saw in Gotham.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, hey, we're doing this again. Okay, is Batman is he around now or not?
Yeah.
And they said it's going to be before man. So I would imagine Batman doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
he's still a child.
no, it's not going to be that. No, I think
He was way too young. Oh my god,
way too young. I mean, but I get it. They were trying to go right after the killing of the parents.
Yeah.
They were like seeing that, so I totally get it. But it just since they like were ending at season 5 and they tried to just rush him into the suit, it kind of fell flat. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get more details of what they plan on doing. I mean, I know that a lot of people were looking at the Gotham Central books that came out, and that didn't have Gordon as the main characters. It had Montoya. It had what's his name? The other guy, I forgot his name, Crispus or something. I forgot his name. I always forget his name. But so maybe they'll have something like that. But
Rosie Perez.
No, not that Montoya. Please, no. That was
she's the main character.
Don't say that. Shut your
It's
face.
Like,
I don't mind. She was all right in the movie, but I remember just when she got cast, I was like, really? Rosie Perez is Montoya? Why? So many better actresses out there.
Oh no.
Like it didn't work for me. We can have a whole
There were some parts of that movie I thought were pretty cool, but overall, it was just like, okay.
Yeah, the rewatch value. I was like,
anymore.
holy shit! I'm seeing just all the mistakes. Well, not mistakes, just all the gripes that I have. But I mean, you could tell. Like, I remember when I rewatched Birds of Prey. It's just I could see like, oh yeah, the studio interference. Like when it's jumping back and forth and it's jarring and it's messy, you could totally tell that they were trying to like redo some stuff. You know, it was.
Yeah,
like that whole the infamous diamond thing, you know, like how does it contain dick pics, does it not, and you know that whole thing
that was so stupid.
Yeah,
that was
so dumb.
God.
You know, you could kind of tell that they did mess with that Bartelli story or whatever the heck. They like it just when you watch it and there's the voiceover and the way it just goes, I'm like, yeah, they totally messed this up, and even like Black Mask's like backstories and stuff, and the way that they fleshed out his character, you could tell that was cut off too. So I don't know. Studios stop fucking with things.
Yeah, you know. Then there's that, you know.
Yeah, there definitely is. But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Before your internet goes out again. Just kidding.
I know.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. Double check that because if you're gonna be doing that, you know, two weeks, you want to have that strong.
I'm like, so guys.
Yeah, a lot of that, a lot of freeze framing. You're gonna get a lot of memes sent your way.
Oh, great!
That happens, and they're gonna be mainly from me. I'm just gonna be sitting here drinking my coffee, screenshot, and put a meme in front of it. But anyways, go ahead and plug yourself. Well, I guess your name's Andre or Nick, whatever you want to.
You just call me Nick. It's fine.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I wasn't gonna change.
No, I don't like the other guy.
Yeah, go ahead and plug yourself.
That other guy's filled with flaws.
Yeah.
So you can follow me on my channel on YouTube. It's the Nickatina Show. We'll be on tonight at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And you can follow me on Twitter at Nickatina or Nickatina _show. So Nickatina Show on Twitter. Yeah. And then tonight, if you guys tune in, subscribe, hit the like button. I already smashed the one on his show right now. I'm that much of a fan. Yeah. And and tune in for the Crisis event when we start giving you just freaking wall-to-wall coverage of Justice Con 2020. We're gonna have so many guests come on each show. Like I said, we're gonna have that list of big names for each show that's be coming out probably next week, middle of the week, if not Friday. So, and you too, Dave, anyone that you're gonna be bringing on that you want listed on the poster, let me know, and then we'll make sure to have. I want to do that because we want the fans to see the names, see the shows
and he froze again. Perfect. Somebody screenshot it. That repeater was like, yep, I'm gonna mess with him right now, right as he's plugging everything. Jeez.
God damn it.
Yeah,
All right, so you get the gist of it before my internet. It's probably my wife trying to get me off.
yeah, probably. Like, come on, go back here and spend time with your family.
I know your kids are missing you.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah. Subscribe to his show. Watch tonight, and make sure you follow him. There's his Twitter right there. That's right underneath him, and follow him so you can get constant updates. And like I said, yeah, we'll be getting all that information. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you, Nick, for coming on the show. Thank you guys for joining me this morning, and hopefully you're nice and you got some coffee in you and you're feeling good and you're going to seize the day. And I'm just going to go sit on my couch. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.